Hello and welcome to the Expert Voice. Recent polls have indicated that the leading candidates for the U.S. presidential elections are Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. To understand the importance of these elections, we have invited Dr. Clyde Wilcox, professor of government and author of several books, including Interest Groups in American Campaigns, The New Face of Electioneering. Dr. Wilcox, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'd like to start by asking you, why are the American elections so important?
You know, in 2004, in the midst of the Iraq War, as I was traveling throughout Europe, my European friends would all say to me that they thought the whole world should vote in American elections because the American president affected the entire world. But this time, I think the whole world should be watching the elections simply because they're great theater.
Why do you say that?
Because Donald Trump is an amazing showman who says bizarre things every single day. And Hillary Clinton finds herself suddenly in a deadlocked race against someone she thought she would have dispatched months ago.
What are the potential consequences of Hillary Clinton becoming the next president of the United States?
Well, Hillary Clinton would be the first woman president of the United States. We would hear the glass ceiling shattering across the world. It would be a symbol to all young women in America that they can grow up and do anything they want. It would be very interesting because we would have a first husband for the first time, who would be Bill Clinton, who has in fact been a president. But Hillary Clinton also has an amazing resume. She's been in the White House, she's been a senator, she's been Secretary of State, so she's a very experienced candidate who will be ready to be president.
Great, thank you for that. Can you tell us how a business executive and a reality TV star like Donald Trump become a leading candidate in the U.S. elections?
I must say this is a real surprise to everyone who studies American elections. But Donald Trump is the master of the media. His opponents spend tens of millions of dollars in the race, and all Donald Trump does is tweet at midnight, and suddenly he's the main story the next day. But he's in the lead despite the fact he's never won, never got more than 50% in any primary, because he ran against many candidates. And the party was very slow to unite against him. They have finally done that, which means he might not win. It might be a very exciting convention in Cleveland.
And lastly, what are the key international policy differences between the two candidates?
So Hillary Clinton has been Secretary of State under Obama, and there is no reason to think that she would depart in any major ways from Obama's foreign policy, which means we will continue to be bombing in Syria and Iraq and continuing to use drones. She would continue the treaty that we've just signed with Iran. She would continue to pursue women's rights in particular in foreign policy. Donald Trump is a bit of a mystery because he changes his mind sometimes daily, but his overall motto is Fortress America, isolationism. He wants to build a wall across the southern border, a very big wall, he says. He wants our allies to pay us to protect them, and if not, we will bring our troops home. And he appears to want to start a trade war with every country in the world. Now, Donald Trump appears to know very little about the world, so he might change his mind once he becomes president and is briefed. We can only hope so.
Dr. Wilcox, thank you very much for joining us and informing us about the 2016 presidential elections.
My pleasure.
This has been the Expert Voice, brought to you by Georgetown University in Qatar.